Okay, it's recording.
Okay. So, all right. So then, do you want us to give an intro? Maybe like,
Yeah, no, so I'm not sure if I'm posting this video on YouTube. If I do, this is Jared and Jim, two of our first members in the ultimate package
right.
in Ecom Sniper. And yeah, Sam, you want to introduce yourself, and then Jared and Jim?
Yeah. So hi, my name is Sammy. I've been dropshipping on eBay for the last 6 years. Yeah. If you guys can take it away from there.
Jared?
Yeah, my name's Jared. I've actually been dropshipping on eBay for about 10 years now with limited success. Yeah, we'd always kind of do it for a little bit, make a little bit of money, and then I'd get, was never able to scale, was never able to take it to the next level and just kind of get frustrated and give up and then come back into it over and over again. So now with Ecom Sniper, look, kind of can see the vision, see the long-term plan and how we can scale this, and, excited to kind of share the journey and see where we go from here.
Oh, that's interesting, Jim. And I want to come
Yeah,
back to
my
that,
name's Jim. I just started drop shipping with this program on Monday. I've experimented with things on eBay before. I've sold pre-sale passwords for concerts, and I've sold as seen on TV products with, a little bit of success.
Okay. Jared, what made you, that's very interesting. What made you keep coming back?
It was so easy to make money. That's the thing. So a coworker originally introduced me to it. So I got it was a training software at the time. I went through the training and one day started listing items and got my first sale that first day. So right away, I saw how easy it was to just copy and paste, post some items and make sales. But so I made about $500 profit my first month. But from that point forward, I was never able to really scale it. So I was fine making $500, for a couple months. Then once it got to the point where with my, my day job, it just got too much, I would kind of just tail off. I would say, yeah, it's not really worth it anymore to do these listings for $500 and kind of just tail off. And then I would reach a point again where I'd want to make some extra money. So eBay dropshipping was always there. So I'd get back into it again, but just kind of run into the same issues where I couldn't figure out how to scale. So it was always just more of like a side hustle for me to make a little bit of extra money. And then, just that's why I was just always kind of on and off with it.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. And what about Jim? Like, can you just give us a little background about yourself?
Yeah, I found a program many years back on how to sell resale passwords and where to sign up and everything. So I started selling pre-sale passwords. I get an email form every morning and I post, as a digital delivery on eBay, the pre-sale passwords, and people would buy them like crazy. And one time I got burned on a Taylor Swift concert. I had accidentally posted the wrong pre-sale password. So like 300, 400 people bought this thing and it was the wrong one. And I think I actually got the wrong one from the place I was ordering these pre-sale passwords for. So, I had to do all these returns, lost a lot of money, got a lot of bad feedback, and I just kind of gave up on it after that.
Yeah, though I could see why you would, right? Imagine like 400 or so negative feedback from there, yeah?
Right.
Might not be that. So anyway, so let's get into like the one thing I want to mention was like can you guys kind of give like the update on what's happening with your accounts right now? How many days ago you started and what are your sales looking at? And just before we start that, just one interesting story. Like Jared, I want you to just talk about what you did when you were warming up your accounts, yeah?
All right. Yeah. So I'm starting Ecom Sniper. I actually have 3 accounts that I'm, getting started with. But my first account, I had a seasoned eBay account that I've kind of been using this whole time and it's in good standing, has about 300 feedback on it. So that was the account I first started warming up. I got my, I started an LLC. I got the bank account set up, got my high limits. So I was warming it up a few days just by listing books and raising the price way up so they wouldn't sell. And I still ended up selling like 3 or 4 books, just trying to warm up the account.
Really?
So,
can you believe that?
So I had to raise the price even more. I was like, I'm just trying to warm up the account. I'm not even trying to do this yet. And the books were still selling. So Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
That's how ridiculous eBay is. Like you can literally, you're trying not to sell. As long, I honestly, I think the rule is as long as you scale any operation, let's say it be books, cards, like DVDs, etc. Right? As long as you work at scale, you're gonna be successful on any platform.
Yeah, and I mean, books, they're not an obscure item. It's not like they were books that no one can find. They were common books that I was just listing. So they could have really went anywhere, but certain people, I feel like they like eBay. They're comfortable with it. I had good feedback on that account and they went there.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome story. Yeah. So let's just talk about your account right now. What is like, how many days have you been dropshipping so far? Like how many days has elapsed and what are your, how many items have you posted and what are the sales you've been getting so far?
So right now, altogether, so far I've had 3 accounts made. I'm listing on the first 2 so far. The third one, we're still trying to get set up. But on the first one, on my main account that has the good feedback, let me pull it up. But I only started listing on both of them on Sunday. So it's only been, it's my 4th day. So on the first account, I've done about $300 in sales so far.
Ridiculous.
And then and that's with, I only made 1 sale yesterday for like $17. So that was with the slow day yesterday, but about $300 so far in that one. And the other one's about $100 on the brand new account with no feedback.
And how many listings do you have? Yeah.
So one of them has about 1,200. The other has around 1,000. I've been trying to get up about 200 to 300 listings a day.
And what is the technique you're using to find the items? Yeah.
So I'm using the one where we're sniping particular stores. So I'm, looking up an item on Amazon, searching it on eBay, looking for other drop shippers, and I'm just extracting all their titles and then finding good niches, running those titles, and then doing some filtering and then listing them up.
Okay, so let's talk about like the filtering in a second. And I got your so far your drift. Jim, like, can you give us like a little bit of update about your progress and everything so far? How many accounts, listing total, and etc. Yeah.
Sure. At this time, I'm just kind of going with 1 account. It's a brand new cold account. It has 1 feedback from, I don't know, last weekend I sold a gift card sitting around. So somebody gave me feedback for that. I started posting listing items on Monday. I have a total of 1,050 listings right now. I've had 3 sales since Monday.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and like
actually 4. Never mind, 4.
Nice. Even better, yeah. Even better. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about some important things that you guys are absolutely have to do on a daily basis. So the first thing I just want to confirm, are you guys sending out offers on a daily basis?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I usually check a couple times a day, see if there's any items that are eligible for offers, and I'm sending it out, sending a little message along with it, and then doing like 5% off.
Perfect. And Jim, you do the same thing, huh?
Yeah, I go on periodically throughout the day and send a message. I just use the default message in there and I send 5% off.
Right, me too. I just do default. Like, I'm sure there's better results if you personalize it. However, like since I'm doing it like literally like 10, 20 times a day, like almost like so I just make sure I just do the default. But definitely if you have the time, go for sending a personalized message. The second thing would be, are you guys creating sales on a daily basis? Every day or every other day?
Yep. Yesterday I had just on my main account, I got 1 sale. The brand new account didn't get anything yesterday, but so far I've had at least 1 or a couple sales on one or the other account.
But are you creating a markdown sale? Can you see the screen?
That I haven't done yet, because I know when we list on Ecom Sniper, it automatically puts like 2% on promoted. So I haven't done a markdown sale yet, though. So I need to do that.
Yeah. So Gemma, what about you? Are you doing a markdown sale?
Yeah, everything on my inventory is marked down at this time.
Perfect. And okay, so Jared, I'm gonna explain to you the markdown sale because this is gonna be kind of like vital for success on a brand new account. So we have to understand the buyer psychology, right? When somebody goes ahead and like they see that this item has been knocked off, even just by just a little bit, it increases the chance of a sale exponentially. You know what I mean? So somebody goes up to the item, they click it, right? And they see that the old price was knocked out and there's only 11 hours left. The reason, the time I put for the sale is 24 hours. The reason why is because I create a sense of urgency, and I create that sense of urgency on a daily basis. So to create the sale,
And there's also that coupon. If you look above the
right,
above the image, there's also a
right,
coupon with the
exactly. We'll talk about this in a second. So you're absolutely right. So the first thing is the sale ends, you know, like we're gonna have to make sure you do the markdown sale on a daily basis and make sure it's within 24 hours. What you can do is, you know, like if you guys log into your dashboard, since you guys are ultimate users, like the course is already available to you guys, right? Under the course, there should be a section where it says promotions, and that's when there's a part where it shows you how to do the markdown sale. So do that on a daily basis, yeah. And then the second thing that you guys have to do is create the coupon. So you want to create a coupon, just like Marc said, right? Right over here, I created a coupon that is applied to every single one of my accounts, every single one of my orders, so that it just, if somebody puts like that coupon code Save More Herald, it goes ahead and then like it lowers the price by 5% again. So you know you're giving them a collective discount of 10%. Maybe from your offers you're gonna give them more, but it's absolutely essential because it really helps with conversions. When somebody is getting like thrown away with so many discounts left, right, and center, but it's hard to kind of like, they feel like they're getting a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you guys both clear on like Jim? Do you guys? Does anyone have coupons here on their account?
I have coupons, but I've just primarily sent them to people who have bought.
Okay. So you want to put the coupon on all your items. And you want to put
Okay.
5% on everything. No minimum purchase. Just put it 5% because how much, what's the margin you guys are raising the price by?
65.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing 60 so far.
Okay, fair enough. Like so yeah, just put it 5% and you'll be fine, you know, like just make sure that the coupon is always there. It really makes a big difference. So those are the first two things that you guys are gonna have to do. The markdown sale, the coupons, the promoted listings is happening by default. Econ Sniper already goes ahead and like promotes the listing, right? So secondly, what we have to talk about is making sure that your accounts, like you guys both have brand new accounts, just like this on the one in this video, right? Like just understand, one negative feedback, there is a chance of your selling limits dropping back down to practically virtually zero. It's like it's that critical. You know what I'm saying? So again, in the course, we have a video on how to do like customer service, like follow up with the customer with a personalized message with ChatGPT. In the first month while you're doing this, it's absolutely crucial to make sure that you go ahead and then give as much like customer service as you can. And you know, funny thing, Marc, you know how we made that video just today and we were speaking about the negative feedback?
yeah.
That's exactly the reason why. Like it's so crucial. It's understood that in the first month, especially for our use case, right? I've seen it happen already. If you go ahead and get a negative feedback, one case, right, one return, like, and you're not handling it, right, you're gonna have a very bad time. So what I want both of you guys to do, if you get a message that you're not confident, you don't know how to answer it, go ahead and send me a message in the ultimate chat, right? Go ahead and post it in the Ecom Sniper chat actually, and we're gonna go ahead and like give you the response there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
because it's absolutely crucial that you know how to do the customer service in the first month. Yeah. So now the next thing that we have to talk about, like, is that we also have to make sure that your account does not get suspended, right? That's getting your account like flagged and getting it limit all the way low is one thing. The second thing is making sure your account actually does not get suspended. And the way you make sure your account does not get suspended is the suspension we're talking about is MC011, right? So one of the factors is if you scale too fast, too quickly, then what eBay does, they don't trust you, right? Because we're using a corporation and everything, I believe that eBay does trust us. But just because you guys are building a business that's going to be here for years to come, make sure that you don't just go and post like 10,000 items in one day. You know what I mean? Like make sure you manage it, like just like you said, maybe like 200-300 every single day, like for the next month, because we're gonna be here doing this next month and the month after and the month after. You don't have to go from zero to hero like overnight. You could, and the only way I would recommend you do that is just like Jared, he created 3 accounts, and I would say 3 would be the minimum. So Jem, this is specifically for you, right? For scaling this business, if you want to go ahead and solidify it, believe me, you do not want 1 account. 1 account will make you tense, will make your, if you're trying to rely on this for like for to create an income for you yourself for time to come. One Vero suspension, right? Like Vero means that you get your account doesn't get sales for 3 days, and then they do it for 7 days, and then do it for 10 days. If you're relying on 1 account for your income, right, you just know you're gonna have the future is gonna be grim. Like, do you understand what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Like right now, as long as you're not relying on eBay for a full-time income, it's like making 1 account is fine. But just know if you ever plan to take eBay seriously, you must do more than one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I would say don't even push past 10,000 listings, because the more listings you have, the more chances of Vero you get. Vero means verified right owner protection system. So it's like it's something that it's eBay's system to go ahead and fight against copyright infringement. Right.
Okay.
And if you get a Vero defect on your account, they go ahead and they give you a 3-day suspension, and then a 7-day, and then a 10-day, and then it's indefinite. You
Yeah.
know, and the more, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at Christmas or Halloween decorations to put up, and just manually looking on Amazon, and a couple of them said VERO in red. That just means they're Vero. So I skipped them, right?
Right. Okay. That's a great question, and we'll just go over this very quickly. If we go on Amazon, if we type in like Logitech, right, something like a popular brand, right? So what's gonna happen is we're gonna find that this item should say that it's Vero. And the reason why is because we have our own, okay, this one it doesn't show it's Vero for on our side, but what it's essentially, we have our own built-in like Vero detection software. You know what I mean? But not all brands are inside of like the Vero protection. You know what I'm saying? It's a list that constantly grows and evolves as we get flagged for more and more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like, let's say we have a list of 10,000 brands that have confirmed. Like, remember, in the end of the day, every brand is more or less Vero. They can go ahead and file a complaint, right? But we compile a list of brands that actually do complain. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what the
Yeah.
Vero list is. It's not all the Vero products. It's the brands that actually go ahead and complain. That's what when we say Vero, that's what we talk about, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, like if you go ahead and you post 1 million items, I can guarantee you're gonna get suspended. But the way you make, like, your account is gonna be indefinitely closed. But the way to post a million items onto your account is to go ahead and split it up onto, what is that? Like 10 accounts would be 100,000, 100 accounts would be a million, right? So it would be 10,000 items over 100 accounts. That's how you list a million items onto eBay. You guys get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you need to have a growth mindset, and you have to take into factor the challenges is about actually creating the account. It's not really getting the sales. The sales are the easy part. It's creating the accounts and scaling your business, right? Just like Jared said earlier, right? Like the hardest part, like about running this business, is not actually producing the sales. The sales is the easy part, right? It's about scaling your business. And some of the challenges in scale would be that once you get so many orders, right? Filling out the order sheet is gonna be time consuming. Listing, customer service, all that stuff is gonna be time consuming. That's why it's absolutely essential both of you get VAs, virtual assistants, right? So what the goal is going to be is the moment both of you are making consistently $20 a day at a minimum from this business, right? Right. I have already messaged, one of my team members, and he's preparing somebody, right? That's going to be working for each one of you. So both of you are going to get a VA that's going to be like literally handed down to you, right? And they're going to be literally from my connection. So that means that they're gonna be like fully trustworthy. They're actually the cousins of my team member, the one who's actually doing it. So they're gonna have like the synergy where they're gonna be able to kind of call my team and then ask them like, hey, what am I gonna do? What do I do for this? What if I do for that? So you're gonna have like that confidence, you know what I mean? So that is like the plan moving forward, right? So $300, you're gonna post maximum 300 items a day per account for the first month, right? And then once you make a steady $20 a day, we're gonna start preparing you to start scaling by learning how to manage and run your employees, building your team. That's gonna be the next one, because without a team, make no mistake, scaling this operation is virtually impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can already feel it just with trying to manage 2 accounts right now and jumping back and forth, making sure I'm on top of messaging and all, all that. It's that's just with a few sales on 2 accounts.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're like, you just started like 2 days ago and you're already feeling that, yeah? As a business owner, like, remember, like, Marc, like, I think you can speak to this about this, right? Your mission in the very beginning was about creating entrepreneurship. It was not about, oh, how do I make money online? Because the software will produce anyone to make a couple bucks. You can do it. But if you really want to make money, it's about building a business. And that's what we're really teaching here.
And you have to build systems. You have to build systems around every little part of the business. And I think a lot of people take for granted customer service, and customer service should be number one. Generating the sales, like Ecom Sniper will generate as many sales as you want. The actual software, we're doing sniping and finding right items. But what is going to maintain these accounts is the customer service.
Exactly. So what we're really talking about here is maintenance. We're like, regarding like me and Marc, all we did in the morning, like all of our videos is literally all we did. Like, we don't do any work outside of that. Guess who does all the orders in customer service?
The VAs.
The VAs outside the scenes, right? Like, even this account right here, like, yeah, like, if you wanna, we can do it. It's just the only difference is manual. By the way, look, we just got another sale as we were speaking. See, it's always a pleasant thing, you go ahead and like you're speaking, you get a bunch of sales, yeah. So in that sense, like, we don't, like, we have systems that go ahead and show you how to go ahead and like do the orders. Like, for example, you can see over here, my employee like, her name is Triana. She goes ahead and then she makes a note, right? And then my other employee, look what he wrote. It says waiting for a reply. They're trying to cancel this order, right? And once the person replies, he goes ahead. Like, I know exactly what's going on because we have a system in place. Like, I'm scrolling down the orders. I know, like, can I ship to this address? Ask for alternative address. My VAs, they know what they're doing, right? So we're gonna be training your VAs to do exactly that, right? Because they're all gonna be like from the same kind of family member. So that's like one of the biggest advantages you're gonna get. Like, you're gonna get like access to a VA network that's gonna be like already like very close with the professionals. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, we spoke about that. So Jim, the main thing, like, Jared, let me finish with Jared and then I'll go back. Jared, for you, just know your roadmap is 300 items a day, right? Make sure your customer service, everything is on point. The moment you make $20 a day, you're gonna be able to go ahead and hire a VA part-time, and then you want to just keep them part-time until you keep them full-time as your business grows. So that's gonna be, and then we're gonna talk about VA, like, the VAs are gonna be trained by my team, and then I'm gonna train you how to run a VA. So that's gonna be the roadmap for you, right? So your target's $20 a day minimum of profit, like consistent. So that way, like, the business is paying for, all the expenses is gonna be running like on autopilot. And then secondly, that you're gonna propose 300 items a day. I think your 3 accounts is fine. If you wanna start thinking about scale even further than that, you can. Like that, in my opinion, like, if you really want to like shoot for the moon, you can. There's nothing stopping you, right? Go ahead and plan for 30 accounts if you want. Like, you just have, the only difference is, like, you just have to recreate the systems that we're going to teach you over and over again across all 30 accounts. So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's when we get into like stealth accounts, all right, when I'm getting from here on out. when I
No,
or
go
Yeah,
ahead.
can you repeat that question? My headphones kind of disconnected.
so now because my accounts, they're all the first three that I have, they're all under my name, but they're all created from different IP addresses and different locations. Like I have one computer at my dad's house, the other at my in-laws' house, so they're not connected in any way. But going forward now, I can't make anything else, under my name, right?
No, absolutely not. Like because like you've already have a good thing going. I would like my personal advice. Remember, everything I say is always advice. Like there's different experts at all times messaging me, and they're disagreeing with some of the stuff I say, right? So everything is like but for now, I would say yes, follow what I said. If you any new accounts that you make, never on your name, your wife, your family, brother, whatever. Like put it under their names, and then if you can get the Wyoming corporation and figure that out. If not, I heard that eBay doesn't actually check the direct information, so you can experiment. But that's when I said, you're coming to the forefront of the research.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
I
saying?
would say get it. The Wyoming corporation isn't that expensive. I think it's like $125.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it is in New Jersey where I'm at now anyway, so wouldn't be any different. So.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So might as well just do, if Wyoming might be safer, maybe just do it that way then.
Yeah, because on the Wyoming corporations, you can't the what am I saying? The members or the owners of the corporation are kept secret in Wyoming. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't have the problem of like matching to like the Wyoming account and your current New Jersey account.
Yeah. So, but like these are things that like I haven't personally met anyone except Anthony who kind of led to it. These are kind of like the theory and speculation. So when I said, once you come to speed, you're gonna be solving the problems at the forefront. These are the problems that need to be solved. You know what I mean? Your job as a business owner is not to run the business; it's to scale it and solve the cutting edge problems. Right? That's what the whole group is for, right? We're cultivating a whole bunch of entrepreneurs to go ahead and solve the problems together with us, and then we're gonna be like successful moving forward. So are you clear with your roadmap? Yeah.
Yep, got it.
Okay. So for Jim, like just the same as Jared, right?
Guys, give me 1 second. You guys continue. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. So Jim, for you, like it's just gonna be the same as Jared, right? Like, however, for you, because you have one account, you are more susceptible to a lot more risk, because I understand your feelings, right? Like you want to go ahead and like make money faster by listing more items, but just like I'm showing you, right? Like this business is real, right? You will make money if you post like 10,000 items, right? No matter what you list, right? But it's not about really like getting the sales. It's more about creating a passive income stream that's gonna last for years to come. Like, are you following so far on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that sense, like the haste is problematic. Like Jared, he spent like how long did you spend before you started with Ecom Sniper? Before you joined the Ultimate Base?
It took me about 2 weeks to get everything set up to even be ready to list, to make sure I had like the infrastructure in place to get started.
Exactly. And Jared, like you made your first sale like almost instantly on the trial. You know what I mean?
I listed like 20 items during the trial period and I got a sale right away.
Exactly.
24 hours.
Exactly. Like right off the bat, right? It's not so it's like if you make the haste, you might make things harder for you later on, right? So what I would recommend for you, Jim, is like, yeah, you've already started this account, no problem, yeah. But really think about scale. Like in the same sense, you're gonna grow this account, post again 300 items a day. Because you only have one account, you're not gonna see the same results as Jared, because he's gonna be posting on 3 accounts because he did like the preparation from before, right?
Mhm.
Or unless you're super lucky, because a luck does have like a place in all of this. Like you could magically have posted like for example, we have like this one item over here that has like sold. Where is it? This one item over here, you can see back to back. We sold like 7 in the last 30 days, like almost like pretty instantly. So maybe you're gonna get lucky and you're gonna find like you're gonna post 1,000 items that are gonna like be like this. Who knows? I don't know, right? But just from like a numbers point of view, I would say like it's unlikely. You know, I think it's common sense. The more accounts you have, the more money you'll make, right?
Yeah.
So what I would say for you though is like really take some time and like scale your operations. One account is not enough to like go ahead and create a business that's gonna last. And you're gonna run into way too much. Like, what is your goals here? Tell me that. Like, is it to really like never work again?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then you must like take the appropriate action for that. Yeah. So the appropriate action is, I'm telling you, minimum 3 accounts. I would go even to say 4.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the number you want to shoot for. And then the moment you're making $20 a day, right? You're gonna, again, same as Jared, you're gonna get a VA, right? You're gonna learn how to manage them. If you don't, that is the number one skill that you need, like moving forward, you know, like to hire an employee and manage them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So your roadmap is going to be, again, 300 items a day, but you need to put a very heavy emphasis on creating more accounts, right? Either whether they're stealth accounts or like I wouldn't recommend at this point to make an account under your name unless you go ahead and wipe your entire store, which like, I don't know, even then, you know, like eBay goes ahead and has a record of all the items you posted, right? So
Yeah.
it could work. I just, you know, like I don't personally ever call eBay or anything like that because I don't like the scrutiny under my name.
No.
You know what I mean? I try my
No.
best to stay away from their watchful eyes. You know what I mean? So we don't know
Yeah.
what kind of data they have. So even you making another account at this point forward could potentially hinder you because even if you deleted all your items, they could potentially see it inside of their systems. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, now that Mark's back on, I'd like to talk to him a little bit more about the Montana accounts and
What?
exactly everything I need to know about them and
Go for it.
what kind of information eBay is going to ask when I set up my account on a Montana as opposed to any other state.
But why Montana? What did I
Maybe
miss?
Well,
maybe Wyoming.
Wyoming is what I mean.
Okay,
Montana,
okay, okay,
Wyoming. I
okay.
mean
Yeah,
Wyoming. Yeah.
yeah. So when you're setting up these corporations, the corporations don't give you, they don't require you to provide the names of the owners of these accounts. So when you register with eBay, you're simply going to register with the EIN and the name of the corporation.
Exactly, yeah. And
So
then
it's going to be a corporation as opposed to an LLC.
Well, when I say a corporate entity. So it could be an LLC,
Okay.
it could be Inc., it could be. I usually, a lot of people talk about using LLCs. I usually do a corporation, like a S corporation or so on, because I also use the corporations to get lines of credit, and that's easier to get with corporations, and you get less credit with LLCs than you do corporation.
Okay.
But both corporate entities, the privacy of the owners are the same. You can't find who owns the corporate entities in Wyoming.
Okay. And where can I find virtual offices?
Okay, I'll send you that. I'll have to send you that when we
Thanks.
get off the call because I have I'll send that to you as soon as we get off the call.
Okay, great. And one more question for either you or Sammy, because Sammy had talked about this earlier with me.
Mhm.
I would have to have different IP addresses for these accounts,
Mhm.
correct?
Exactly.
And I can get new modems installed or whatever if need be.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
exactly either that or you put it up in your friends and family's houses. I would recommend if you have friends and family, go that route because you want to basically keep your expenses as close to zero as possible, as close to possible in the beginning at least. Because you know that way, you know, like there's like even if you spend 2 months warming up or priming the accounts or whatever, like it's not a big deal because you have no expenses, right?
Right.
But the moment you start introducing expenses like buying a phone and everything like that, then yes, if you're not making money, it's in my experiences, I've been in that position, it hurts. You know what I mean? You
Okay.
don't, yeah. So try to go the free way as much as possible, especially in the beginning. So that way, you know, like you're gonna stay relatively stress free.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And so, so just to recap, like, Jim, do you understand what you have to do moving forward?
Correct. I'll probably focus on starting the new ones after I get back from the vacation, you know.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's completely fine, yeah. But just my point is your main emphasis is gonna be different than Jared's. Jared, it could be the same. Jared, maybe you want to become like a multi-million, I don't know. Right? If that's the case, you're like if you guys have the same goal like that, then of course, then account creation is the number one thing, right? I actually did the math the other day with somebody. If you actually want to clear $1 million in a year with eBay, you know what the number is of accounts that you need? Someone take a guess, yeah?
5.
No.
No.
Yeah, Jared, take a guess. 100? Yeah, you could. The number was 40.
Wow.
If you want to clear $1 million in a year on eBay dropshipping, right? You need 40 accounts, right? Like I understand like this, you know, like it looks easy and stuff, right? To like getting this, that's why we said getting the sales was the easy part. The hard part is the management, it's the scaling to get to those 40 accounts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a sale just came in. That's what took us to 404.
Oh, really? Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we see that. Yeah. So yeah, so it's like just understand like if your goal is to make $1 million in a year, right? It's doable. Minimum like it's 40 accounts. That's the number you want to hit for. And then
So how do you think, how do you get there? Because how many modems can you actually put in your house and diversify that way?
exactly, that's the business
That's what we have to
challenge.
solve.
Yeah, that's the business challenge, right? You're gonna like, and in my opinion, they have to be residential. So that means you gotta put it at your friend's house, right? And then like the beautiful thing about this business, right? Once you're getting like, I don't expect anyone to scale and make 40 accounts in one day. It's a progression that happens over time, right? So you're gonna, well, let's say you're making 3 accounts, you're gonna have the income proportional to that, and then you're gonna have enough income to go ahead and maybe you're gonna rent another unit or something like that, and then
Yeah,
you're
once you get
or
to
like
10, once you get to 10 accounts, getting to 40 would seem simple.
exactly,
If you understand
exactly,
what I'm saying. Right now, you just starting and you have 3 accounts. Once you get to 10 accounts and you're making money from 10 accounts, you'll have extra cash to put into different things. And just the day-to-day running of the whole thing will seem more like realistic.
dude.
Because you
It's
would
a
have gone through a lot
full-time
of the
job.
challenges. Yeah, it's a full-time thing. Like I see a lot of people doing drop shipping as a side hustle, and that's cool. Like whatever, like people could do side hustles. But if you want to run a full-time business around this, I think like people should, and just scaling is where it's at. And you'll have to overcome some of the problems, but it's not impossible problems.
Right, like you'll see like those Facebook groups, you know, like people on like Sales Freak, they're celebrating making like $300 in the last 4 months, and people are congratulating each other, right? This is not the mentality we have over here, right? This is, if you want to make real money, right? It's all about scale.
Yeah.
Like I was literally looking at the groups, right? Like just I think it was yesterday in someone started last year November, and today they did $4,000 in total, and people are like blowing and like losing their
Since
minds.
last November.
People are like like they're losing their minds. They're like, wow, this is amazing. How did you do that? Like what coupons are you using? Because the people use dropshipping as a side hustle.
Yeah, for
You know
the
what I
most
mean?
part.
That's what my problem always was. I would work my 9 to 5, come home, log on. I would process orders and do customer service. I would do 5 to 10 listings a night and then close the laptop and be done. I wasn't thinking, how do I scale this? How do I get more than this? I would just do that every single day and wonder why I wasn't making more than 500 a month. So didn't have the right mindset. Didn't have so just change
Yeah.
that. Just changing that mindset goes a long way. I've already noticed that.
Exactly. You gotta think about like your goal, like ultimate goal, like Reddit. Both of you guys just like Jem, you like I didn't hear this from you yet, but your goal is to like make like is it to clear like $1 million as well?
Like to, yeah.
Then you guys like the one thing I want you guys to like write down and like plan and prepare for, right? And just understand, I'm doing the same thing as well, right? Like this is everybody has their visions, right? Make sure you go write down your goals and like really map it out, right? Me and Mark, we did it just the other day. Remember we did that blueprint?
Oh, yeah, we did that
Yeah.
like about a week ago.
about a week ago, right? We visualize and write it down. Like this is how you kind of see your target and you work towards it on a daily basis, right? Write it down. Your goal, ultimate goal for both of you is to make 40 eBay accounts, right? That's the number you should aim towards. It doesn't need to be today, like, and then just like plan in your mind how you're gonna do it. Like just like you said, some of the challenges you're gonna face is, you know, like the problems are challenge, like when you working at scale, like like things that are individual, like let's say you're opening up one account, it's like you're not going to see a problem. But when you're working at scale, like those things, they become a problem that you don't even expect when you're doing one. Like for example, the question you asked, where am I going to put 40 modems? You know what I mean? Like you run
Yeah.
into these kind of problems from the, like I've throughout the years I've thought of like some creative crap that, like I was making like VPNs, like I was buying like devices like Raspberry Pis and setting up at people's houses and asking them if I can set it up, and I was creating VPNs out of their IP addresses. I was doing so much crap, like, but in my opinion, like the easiest way to go about it is once you go ahead and you start making an income, you can go ahead and just get like a proper, like I have a house that I went ahead and bought, and I installed a whole bunch of modems there, and that's how I kind of keep all my things like that. Yeah, you can put it in your sister's place, right? Your brothers, whatever, like, and you can just capitalize off of like all of their resources. And just remember one thing, the last thing I want to say is like, don't don't think about like, yeah, eBay dropshipping is in no way stable. Like just putting it out there, like it's giving you the opportunity to scale as high as fast as you want, but stability, like in any business, just forget about it. Like once you're coming into business, like the 9 to 5 life, the comfort you're gonna feel about paying your bills, forget about it. It's done. In business itself, it's constant heartbreaks, turmoil, right? And we deal with all of this chaos for the opportunity for something more. Yeah. Like Marc, I think you can testify to this. How chaotic is business?
I mean, I'm used to it, so it doesn't really bother me anymore. But
Me too. Actually enjoy the chaos sometimes, you know?
that's just part. That's just part of it. No one is telling me what to do every day. I'm not checking in. I just wake up at 6 o'clock every morning automatically. But
Yeah.
I want to say something about what you guys are looking at. We are having a conversation. We are talking about a number of problems, and on the screen, Ecom Sniper is literally like listing through a lot of items, right? That is what you guys have to take advantage of, because like no VA that you could possibly hire is going to come up with the right titles and do a collage of images at the rate that Ecom Sniper is going to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And even if your goal is only 300 items a day, that 300 items should only take you, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes to get set up. And then you just leave it, let it post. Okay. So you guys have to systematically understand, okay, yeah, I put in up this 15 minutes, 20 minutes, set up the bulk lister and just leave it. And then you could worry about, because that's what's happening here. If you look at the screen, you're seeing a ton of windows that are listing items. You see what I'm saying? And this is something that no one else has. Like there's no other software out there that you could just bulk list like this. And that, in my opinion, is what you guys should be taking advantage of. Understanding that Ecom Sniper takes your listing time. Back in DSGNE, I used to have to encourage people to list for like hours a day to get to like 20 or 30 listings. But with what we have now, we have a way to list a lot, but the time saved should be used for good customer service and should be used to systemize the other parts of the business.
Right. Right, exactly. So just your job is no more listing, no more customer service, focus on scale. That's all you need to worry about. You know what I mean? Like make
Yeah, well,
sure
you'll
you
have to do the
understand.
customer service until you hire a VA, but
Right. Sorry, like what I meant was after you get the VA, your
Yeah.
job is just to create the systems over and over again. Think nothing else. Like your job is only purely to grow the business. That you're the CEO, you grow your business. That's it. That's all I do. I don't do any customer service. The listings, we do it over here, but really on my accounts, I have my own account manager that goes ahead and does the listings as well. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure you understand, like you moving forward, You guys are the CEOs. Make sure you act like it. Grow your businesses, make connections, keep learning, whatever the case. You know what I mean? Don't
And
create a
what-
job.
Yeah, you don't want to create a job for yourself. The whole purpose of this is to create a system that kind of like that generates money for us.
That you can
You know?
replicate. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Jim,
Okay, yeah.
what? Go ahead, Sammy.
No, I'm done. I think that was the main thing.
Yeah, Jim,
ahead.
what was it? I'm trying to remember. I have to send something. The virtual offices.
The virtual offices for Wyoming.
Yeah. And are you on Telegram, Jim?
I am.
Okay, so I'll just reach out to me there and I'll get it to you.
Okay.
And so we're just gonna wrap up this call. I just want to make sure. Can I get a verbal confirmation from both of you that you know, like, can both of you just testify to what kind of mentality you need to have moving forward? So let's start with Jared, and then we'll go to Jim.
Yeah, the mentality is all about scaling now and getting the business to the next level. I already feel like I have, just in a few days, have good systems in place, just routinely getting up 200 to 300 items, doing customer service, making sure I'm reaching out to customers, doing that. So now it's going to be, I'm already thinking about how I can set up a fourth account, a fifth account, how to just keep building that way.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's
Perfect.
my going
Okay,
forward.
see,
Jim.
Like Jared said, right now it's important to focus on scaling the business. So I'm also thinking about how I can get, next two accounts going, near the end of the month. Yeah, I'm thinking of multiple ways to do it.
and one other thing, don't create a job for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
In
actually
the-
kind of what I want to hear.
In the
Yeah, go
beginning,
ahead.
it would seem like a job because you don't have any employees and you have to put in the time, obviously. But you have to learn in order to hold your employees accountable, you have to learn basically what they have to do and then hire them.
Exactly.
So it's not a waste of time or waste of energy listing yourself or doing customer service yourself or fulfilling orders until you make enough money to hire someone. But at the end of the
Exactly.
day, that's where you want to get to.
Exactly. And Mark, do you want to just tell me like the most employees you had at one time? I feel like that
Oh,
is like,
Jesus, I didn't want to talk about it. I had 150 people working out of one office. And these weren't
Guys.
virtual, listen, and these weren't virtual employees. These guys came into my office building every morning.
yeah,
150, but yeah.
exactly. There you go. Like, just don't create a job, as Mark said, reiterating that, and focus on being a CEO and solving problems. And whatever you do, try to stay away from the monotonous stuff. If you can afford the employee right now, like, just let me know. If not, like, we'll wait until you get $20 a day consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And you guys have any questions? If not, we're just gonna wrap it up.
No, but yeah, I definitely want to get up to 20 sales a day before I get the virtual assistant because
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I mean, I can easily run it myself right now
Yeah.
at this stage. Yeah.
But just remember, it's not about running, right? It's about you dedicating your time. Like, even if you're spending an hour, that hour should have been, as an entrepreneur, it should be spent like thinking about scale and growth. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality you should have.
Okay.
Yeah, like but I think it's fine. Like, in this beginning time, it is the training stages for you to learn the customer service, because my VAs, they come and ask me questions sometimes, So definitely this period, but like after you get past this transitional period, moving forward, you're naturally gonna adopt the mentality that's, I can't be doing this stuff, monotonous stuff. I have better things to do. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jared, any questions?
Just the main one. I don't have any progress on the third account. Any
Right. So I had my research guy looking into it, but it's not looking promising because it seems to be like kind of like let's do this off call.
okay.
Right?
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys.
Sure.
So if you guys are on YouTube, this is just us sharing what we do with two of the ultimate package members, and the whole goal with this eBay dropshipping business is to build businesses that scale.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
All right.
You too.
Thanks, guys.